All right, XRP family, XRP Army, how you doing? All right, so if you're new to me, my name's Austin. I cover XRP every single day. I cover crypto with really two goals: help you make more profit, make more money. That's one, and keep you more/better informed. Stay till the end because I got something really cool to show you how you can make even more money in crypto here. Okay, so we're going to talk about the fact that we only have 12 hours left as it relates to XRP, as it relates to a pretty significant event that, quite frankly, is the reason you seeing our XRP down right now. This event is the reason you're seeing the entire crypto market being pushed down by, from a bearish standpoint. It's a short-term move down. I think you got some bearish pressure coming in, and I think that really, in essence, is what is the prevailing theme. Now, this is short-term because, again, you've got 12 hours. So here's what is happening. Okay. So tomorrow, South Korea time in the morning, President Trump and the president of China are set to have their summit meeting. This meeting is taking place alongside a larger meeting in South Korea, a summit meeting, if you will. Okay. But this is a private meeting between the two leaders. Okay. But the key here is the 12-hour aspect. You're like, well, tomorrow's not 12 hours, Austin. Well, here's what it really comes down to. South Korea is 11 hours ahead of New York from a time standpoint. So tonight, 9, 10, 11, 12 in that area is actually PM tonight. That's actually when the meeting's going to take place. Okay, don't tune me out because, again, there's things you need to understand here about its impact on you and your XRP as well as all of your crypto. Okay, so kind of moving on. All right, so what's going to happen here is either A, if you want to get up at 1 or 2 a.m. tonight, your time, depending on where you're at in the Western Hemisphere, I think we're going to have news breaking from what's coming out of this meeting. We definitely will wake up from our perspective, Western time to Thursday morning. The news will have already broken what has come out of the meeting and all this. Again, this is what it really comes down to, guys. Okay. Yeah, I know you're probably tired of hearing about this Trump and China thing, the trade tariffs, but guys, this is it. This is the big event. We get this thing cleared out. I think we're clearing the runway for the bull run. Okay. This is the last major obstacle that's got everybody spooked of what's going to happen. Okay. So we need positive movement out of this. So I need to share with you what is on the table here. Okay. So here's what I would say. Both sides, China and the United States, have been saying good things about each other in the last 4, 5, 6, 7 days. That's good stuff. All right. But here's what's going to come out of it. Trump's come out and put together a deal framework. Okay. It's kind of out there. But China has been very, very quiet on what they want in return. And there's 4, 5, 6 major things you need to be aware of. Okay. So, like I told you, this event is happening Thursday morning, South Korea time, really about 10 or 11, 12 o'clock East Coast, New York time. Okay. The key here is, and what's everybody's got spooked is in the yellow, is what China is going to want for all of the stuff that the United States want. And here are the key points. Okay. So both sides have signaled that a deal is possible. Okay. There's already been a substantial purchase from China of U.S. soybeans. This was a big deal to the United States. I saw it on X earlier today. So that has happened. And both sides have signaled that a deal is possible around China's rare earth export controls. These are the rare earth minerals. And China controls about 44% of the global supply of rare earth minerals. These rare earth minerals are what we need to go in all of our semiconductor chips, our phones, so forth and so on. Okay, so that's why it's a big deal. We expect China is going to drive a tough bargain. Okay, and kind of moving on in the red. The White House has said that they'd be open to taking triple-digit tariffs off the table and finalizing the TikTok deal, which both have major upsides for the U.S. and Chinese. Okay, so that's a key there. Additionally, Trump's team has hinted at possible de-escalation around other issues, such as possible lowering of tariffs in return for Chinese crackdown on fentanyl, lessening of shipping port fees, and worries over China's purchases of Russian oil. You've probably seen that in the news about the fact that the United States does not want China purchasing their oil from Russia. Again, it's the whole embargo thing, Russia versus the Ukraine, the war there, all that. Okay. Again, so in the blue, China has long sought concessions on the issue of U.S. semiconductor and other export controls. China wants United States to be able to export more of its U.S. semiconductor chips to China. United States has really tried to tighten that, if you will. Finally, in the purple, it also appears that China is open to what essentially would be a trade of export controls on the table, where a listing from China on rare earth is potentially matched by U.S. easing its own rules, which often apply to technology. So again, you're seeing that it's more than just, hey, we got to get this figured out. There's all these different variable points. And yes, bringing this back to XRP, this does impact your XRP. It impacts all of your crypto because we need this deal finalized. We need this deal locked down. Here's what we really need. We need positive bullet points to come out of this meeting. We need an overall sense to come out of this meeting, both sides messaging that there was progress made and that we have come to, at least at a high level, a resolution, a deal that both sides can live with. That's what we need. Because if we get that, which, by the way, both sides want this, all right? Because there's trillions of dollars here in commerce between the two countries. We will get here, and I've been saying this all in videos. We will get this resolved, but we need positive messaging, positive movement forward, a perception that this thing is locked down, okay, to get this thing done and for it to have, again, not have a negative effect on your XRP, on your Bitcoin, on your Ethereum, so forth and so on, so that we can, boom, get a bounce and move back up. Okay, so that's what we need. All right, so with that, a couple of key things I want to make you aware of. If you're interested, I've got a piece of technology. It's X1 Algo. It's a trading indicator. Let me show you how this thing works. So the software runs on an iPhone, runs on your Android. And look, and by the way, it costs a little over $1 a day to use. And there's a 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee. This is the software right here telling you to sell. See how it says sell, and then all the way to this buy in 14 days. Don't take a 34% loss. This is on virtual protocol. Okay. So again, a sell issue. If you own some, don't take a 34% loss. Then a buy order issued. And look at this, 92% in 5 days. How would you like to have caught a 92% move up in virtual protocol? Yeah, that's how it works. Okay. So I'm just saying this is the software in action. You're seeing it live working right here. Want another example? Look at this one. A buy alert issued 69 days ago before Zcash ever took up. You probably heard of Zcash. 946% up. $1,000 bought here. Profit already over $9,460. Okay. Crazy, right? But that's how it works. Okay. If you're not using technology, if you're not using something that helps you make more money, you're flying blind. Okay. You're not doing the best for you, your family, what have you, to achieve your goals. And I'm literally asking you for about $1.15 a day to use the software. The software is cheaper than you see on here. There's a link in the description below. If you're watching this on an X, there's a link below this video. Look, the quarterly plan is the cheapest. There's that discount code will make it even way cheaper than you see on the screen. There's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. So you can try the software. Actually more than 2,000 traders worldwide are using it. Look at this. I added 3 alerts and I added $1,900 my balance. That's from RJB. Okay. It's easy to use. By the way, I do have coaching 3 times a week, even more so to help you become even more successful. Okay. So yeah, links are in the description below, right down there. Go try it. You have zero risk in this equation. I'll see you. Thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye.